Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and subscribe for regular updates of our videos. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Standard of Reincarnation. Samyeon is the greatest martial family. Davin, a member of the Samyeon family, is a one-armed martial soldier without a right arm. Despite the ridicule and contempt he got for only having a left arm, he surpassed the direct line of the Samyeon family like a genius. However, he got betrayed by his family and parents in the end, thus meeting a poor end. But he was reincarnated, and now he had a new family tradition, a naturally gifted body, experience from his past life, and a god, Yulion, with him as well. After his reincarnation, everything changed, and a new adventure started. This manhwa story is pretty good, and the pacing of the plot is also perfect. The main character has a very badass personality, and he's also kind of overpowered. The side characters are also written very well. The art of this manhwa is really good, and it becomes even better during fight scenes. It also has some similar vibes to Damn Reincarnation. Number 9. Grand Reign. 1,000 years ago, demons were a common and dominant race. They ruled over humans in tyranny and cruelty. Eventually, a great war between demons broke out to eliminate those who protected humans. After being ambushed one night, Kusakabe Ryugon casted a powerful spell on his son Ryuji that put him into a slumber and sent him to a faraway land in hope to preserve their clan. The spell was broken when a girl, Midori, stumbled upon him 1,000 years later. This is a very decent fantasy webtoon. The art looks fairly decent and it becomes more amazing during fight scenes. The characters are also cute in some way. The world building of this webtoon is top-notch. Number 8. I have 48 hours every day. The god of time Cronus gave the man Zhang Heng a magical gift. After 12 every day, the world stays still, and Zhang Heng will get an additional 24 hours. In exchange, he has to be the agent of the god of time and needs to participate in the monthly dangerous games, Desert Island Survival. As Zhang Heng keeps on winning the game time and time again, he's gradually approaching the goal, known as the truth of the world. There are some plot holes here and there, but it's more of a go-with-the-flow type manhwa. The overall story of this manhwa is quite unique. The main character also has some personality to him. Some of the side characters are also better than your average manhwa characters. The art is also very decent. Give this a try if you want to read a laid-back manhwa with a unique story. Number 7. The Monstrous Gui. Childhood friends Sungwon, Do-hee, and Sangmin continue their cherished friendship even when they entered high school. However, Sangmin has disappeared due to the appearance of grotesque creatures called Gui. As they search for their friend Sangmin, they found a few secrets. Sungwon wants to bring his childhood friend back at any cost. This manhwa has superpowers which look a little bit similar to JoJo stands. The main character has more of a cool guy type personality. The side characters are also written very well. The art is also decent but rough around the edges sometimes. There are a decent amount of fight scenes. The overall story of this manhwa is good, but there are some minor errors in the execution department. Number 6. Shenzo. From an early age, Su Shanzhe would often get caught up in the same strange dream. Over time, the dark shadow that the dream cast over his life grew, until, one day, the shadow became real, and suddenly, Su Shanzhe's life as he knew it was completely torn to shreds. His parents suddenly meet a gruesome end, and all sorts of other strange and disturbing events keep happening to him. Alone and afraid, when he hears about the supposed dream town, he decides to go there to look for answers. In the town that's called both the Holy Land and Purgatory by its residents, many terrible truths are waiting for Su Shenzo. This is a really good horror story with a lot of mystery. The pacing of the plot is a little bit too fast, but the overall story is still very good. The characters are also written very well, and the art is also quite decent. It's a completed manhwa with 24 chapters, so you can easily finish it in one go. Number 5. Crimson Stone. Hong Hai was the strongest goblin group that maintained peace in the world. Then one day, the goblin, Rin, loses Hong Hai and all his friends due to the betrayal of his colleague. Filled with this anger, he sets out for revenge as Hong Hai's strongest power, Black Ghost. This is a revenge manhwa set in a fantasy world. The world building of this manhwa is quite unique. The main character is overpowered, but sometimes he acts a little bit edgy. The side characters are written very well, and their art style is also unique. The overall art of this manhwa is good, but during some fight scenes it becomes a little bit difficult to know what's going on. There are also minor translation errors here and there. Other than that, it's a pretty decent fantasy manhwa. Number 4. A Comic Artist's Survival Guide. Snow is a failing comic artist whose comic is about to be discontinued. He reincarnates into his own comic by chance. In his comic, the Pante continent is on the verge of ruin due to the expansion of the Demon King's army, resulting in Snow being in danger as well. Just as his life was about to end, Snow receives an opportunity to survive, with the condition that he takes over the author's role and rewrites the entire comic storyline. If he fails to create a more interesting story, then Snow and the comic will be destroyed. The concept of this manhwa is very interesting. The plot also progresses at a nice pace. There are some minor plot holes here and there, but they don't hold the story back in any way. The art is gorgeous and the fight scenes are also well made. The main character has knowledge about the future events, so that's also a plus. The side characters are also written very well, and they feel like a part of this fantasy world. The world building is the best in this manhwa. Give this a try if you want a really good story set in a fantasy world. Number 3. Newbie Management. Cage the hero was summoned to the other world. He succeeded in overcoming adversity and hardships. He finally managed to defeat the Demon King. He was happy that now he can finally go back to his home. But when he came to his senses, everything reverted to the way it was at the beginning. Now he has repeated it countless times and reached the point where he can catch the world's strongest Demon King with his bare hands. Finally, he comes to the conclusion if he can't get out of this loop, he will summon another hero to defeat the Demon King. This manhwa is really lit. It has some really good comedy in it. The main character is overpowered and resourceful. The side characters are also written very well. The story is also good, and the plot moves at a nice pace. The art is decent, but not the best, but it still gets the job done. Try this if you're bored from generic isekai mangas and manhwas. Number 2. Mushroom Hero. Wazzy is a pro gamer, but an average college student. He's invited on a date by his fellow gamer. He wanted to change his life around and become a competent man. However, he's hit by a truck on his way. After he woke up, he was in the fantasy world of Brave Mainland. He's now a mushroom and he needs to kill the Demon King. After he succeeds in killing the Demon King, he will be reincarnated into his real world. The main character is a low-level mushroom at the start, so he grinds hard to get stronger. The world building of this fantasy world is top-notch. It's filled with cute and funny things to the brim. All characters are written very well, and the comedy scenes really pack a punch. The character progression is also very smooth. The art is more on the cuter side of things. This story has some similarities to the MMORPG game MapleStory. This manhwa is a must-try for fantasy genre lovers who want a relaxing and funny story. Number 1. Lag. The main character gets betrayed by his fellow survivors after defeating a boss, but this is not the first time he's been killed. It turns out, whenever the main character gets killed, he gets reincarnated to the starting point of this ruthless game called Lag. This manhwa is a real hidden gem and needs more attention. The story of this manhwa is a little bit on the darker side of things, and the pacing of the plot is also perfect. The art is decent, but there's too much gore in it, which perfectly fits the theme of this manhwa. The main character has a lot of knowledge about the future events, so he's almost overpowered. The side characters are written very well and feel more like real humans trying to survive the different floors of Lag. There are a few mistakes in the translation here and there, but you won't even feel it if you don't pay too much attention to it. This manhwa is really dark, and it's not recommended for the faint of heart.